Hey everybody, welcome back to Cooking with Keith. Today's a special outdoor episode, and I've been racking my brain on what I can show you guys, and I came up with the best solution. I'm going to teach you how to make ribs in an hour. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, Keith, you can't make ribs in an hour. You have to boil them, you have to bake them, then you throw them on the grill, or you have to have an expensive smoker, and you have to smoke them for 8 to 10 hours. Well, I'm here to show you how to make ribs in an hour. Now I learned this from my good buddy Cliff. You might remember Cliff from the chili episode. He's one of the guys I dropped ribs chili off to. And I was at Cliff's house one day, and he's making ribs on the grill, and I asked him, hey, what do you do to prep these? And he said, nothing, I just throw them on the grill. So he showed me how to make ribs on the grill, and I'm gonna show you how to do that today. For our meats today, we just have like standard old, barbecue ribs. I marinated these in apple cider vinegar overnight. I did use a rub, a Kansas City Championship rub, but you can use whatever you want. And we're also gonna be making chicken quarters. So I have some of those bad boys. They're right here. They look really, really good. And I use the same rub, but I use this Tony Chacarri's Creole spice rub, and this rub's really delicious. So I have those. We're gonna cook them along with the ribs, and we cook these ribs hot. And we're gonna cook them for about 50 minutes on the grill. And this is a standard grill, set to about 3/4 temperature. And we have to stay on them, or they'll get burned. And we'll cook the chicken right along with it as we're going. And then when we get done, we're gonna cut all the ribs up separately. We're gonna dip them in Sticky Fingers Carolina Classic today. I mean, the simplest thing to do with your barbecue sauce, we're gonna take this in, we're gonna dump into a container, rinse it out with water, add that to container, and then put brown sugar in, throw in the microwave. We're gonna use that. We're gonna dip each piece of rib in there as we're cooking. So why don't you follow me over to the grill? We're gonna throw these ribs on and get ready to get cooking. I'm really glad you're here today, though. It's the first time being on my back porch with me, and pretty stoked to do this. I have a Traeger grill. That's a wood pellet smoker, and that makes fantastic ribs. I make them like that all summer, but not everybody has that. So I figured, hey, you know what? I'm gonna do something for the masses. So, all we're doing is throwing some bad boys on here. These ribs going. And I'm gonna put the chicken on too. Keep it rolling. And, because sometimes you get this craving for ribs, and everybody thinks, hey man, I wanna have ribs, but I gotta take all day to get it, or you have to go sit at Bad Brad's for like 50 hours waiting for your ribs to come out, or wherever. And this is a nice little treat you can make in an hour. And my wife didn't want ribs today, so I'm making her this chicken just special. Then I find out that she didn't want chicken quarters, she wanted white breast meat. But sometimes you get what you want. Sometimes, like Mick Jagger said, you can't always get what you want. So we have everything cooking. Probably got a bunch come out. We're gonna take a look at the grill. We're gonna sprinkle a little bit more seasoning on it, because sometimes when you marinate, it'll work its way off. And we'll check back in about 20-30 minutes after these are browned really good on one side. We'll flip them and get ready to finish the process of having ribs. The temperature should get up around 450 or so. I want to thank you all for joining in. Sorry it's been so long, but I'm really excited about sharing this recipe with you. Peace. Hey everybody, welcome back. Ready to check on these bad boys? Get some flipping going on. Look at that, man. Everything's browned up good. I like to have a little bit of that crustiness on them. The ribs are coming along good. Looks like a couple of these chicken feet are a little ahead of the ribs. That's all right. We can pull everything off at its own pace. My dad used to always like to have that stuff charcoaled on. So, there's always those people in your group that like everything a little bit overcooked, like burned a little, and some people that don't like any burn at all. With these ribs, they aren't gonna be fall off the bone. Okay, these are gonna be pull off the bone ribs. So you gotta keep that in mind as you're cooking them. And like I mentioned before, we get these bad boys done. you know, we're gonna be sitting here and we're gonna be cutting them, you know, just like that to separate each particular bone as we're going. Then you can see here, I have my barbecue sauce all ready to go. I like to use this shallow bowl. One change, we switched to Sweet Baby Ray's because I know Dion likes that a lot. Troy likes it too. So I switched that. We still stuck with the brown sugar as our additive though. So we're at 450 degrees. We'll come back in a little bit and see where we're at. Chances are, I think this chicken might come off before the ribs. We can always throw those on top too, you know, if they get cooking ahead of schedule. Thanks again. Be back in a little bit with Cooking with Keith. And that fell on the ground. We're back, everybody. We're gonna get ready to start getting these ribs prepped to get the caramelizing process going. We're gonna start pulling them off, cutting them up, dipping them in barbecue sauce, put them back on. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to the boys at St. Lawrence football, the 8th grade varsity team. Big win yesterday, and Jetbox 14U baseball team. We're gonna have a great summer next year. So we start off, we're gonna cut these ribs up. So they're individual pieces. You need to have a sharp knife, and all we do, I'm a real big believer in this. This is why I believe sets the ribs apart, okay? We take them, we dip each one. I don't ever brush barbecue sauce on ribs. I just dip them, okay? And then once we dip them, we throw those bad boys on like this. And we're gonna repeat that process for all of our ribs. Now, I'm not making a big meal today with ribs. I'm only making one slab, so this is really nothing. But you know, you get 4 or 5 slabs of ribs going. Now you're doing a little cutting. That's all right. It makes everything turn out better, man. You know. Beautiful fall day. Not sure what the Lions are doing right now. Decided to listen to music instead of listening to them choke another win away, but who knows. Watch, what's going to happen is we're all going to give up, then they're going to win the Super Bowl. I was just messing with you. So we cut these bad boys up, we dip them in. I need to think of a different word than bad boys. So my Cooking with Keith fans out there, hey, here's my challenge to you. Give me another word than bad boys to refer to pieces of food as I'm throwing them on a grill or whatever I'm doing with them. So we dip them in, get them coated good in this sauce. The Sweet Baby Ray's is thick stuff, man. A little thicker than what I normally would make for myself. Oh, yeah, his chicken fall off there. He must want to get dipped too, so we'll take care of him as well. Let's do that. This guy right here, he looks like he'd like to get dipped. Look at that. Isn't that yummy looking though? And this way, you know, everything gets covered. But it's really important. Once you dip them, you want to throw them on that grill, and it caramelizes it. And the brown sugar in there helps take care of it. Hey, you better be quiet over there. I'm trying to work. I got a show going here. Neighbor kids, man. It's actually really nice kids. I like them a lot. This little one, David, last week I was playing wiffle ball, and I was like all-time pitcher, you know? So I'm pitching this kid, he's like 5 years old. He takes me yard. He smokes one over my head. So next time he's up, I'm throwing him curveballs, you know, risers. I'm striking the kid out. You know, I can feel he's like, you know, feeling bad about himself. He's saying I suck at baseball. So I throw this kid straight meat right down the middle. This kid smokes me in the eye. He hit me directly in the eye. So I'm like laying there and he's laughing as he runs on the bases. Sophia, his mom, comes out. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, don't worry about it. That's what we do in baseball, you know? You hit the pitcher, you know, he probably can get the base free anyway. So, anyway, come over and take a look at this grill. I mean, dude, if this does not get you fired up, then I don't know what I can do for you. Look at that. We're still under the hour mark. We're going to close that up. We're going to let that caramelize, listen to some music, maybe have a tasty beverage on the back porch. Maybe, who knows, I might be sitting in the hammock next time you see me. But we will be eating some delicious ribs in a little bit. Peace, y'all. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Those ribs are probably done. Let's take a look and see how they're doing. I'll tell you the story about that kid David hit me in the eye with a wiffle ball. He lives over there. Wonder if he's around. I don't know, we'll find out. Hey, David! David, come here. Look at this kid, come here. This kid, right here, hit a home run over the swing set. Then he hit me right in the face with the ball, all right? Next time I see you, I'm gonna chase you around your yard and make you eat grass. Now get out of my backyard, go away. Go, get. All right, let's see how our ribs are doing. We're gonna start pulling some off. See how they turned out. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at that. So here's the key. When you cook them, you want to get them caramelized like that. This is going to be a delicious batch of ribs. Come on, Rick, take another closer look, man. Look at this. Oh my good gracious. Sometimes I think this is the only reason I have any friends. I give food away to my neighbors. The other day I sent some chili around. One of the guys told me I should open up my own brand of chili or something. But we'll see about that. I'm just hoping this YouTube thing turns out so I can retire early. Oh, I just dropped a rib. Now don't tell Cliff. I'm gonna put this in Cliff's box, okay? So when I go over to Cliff's house today, you'll notice I'm gonna use the same container. He won't know any better. So I'm gonna be like, Cliff, I got you a rib. I got you a piece of chicken, okay? So we'll give Cliff that one later. But for the rest of them, we're gonna put them actually in the nice container. Probably why they never let me be a running back in high school. This one game when I was in 10th grade, playing a receiver, and I just got Tony Terry, who's the other receiver, and Todd Kipple's another one. I go up for a fly pattern against Chippewa Valley, and Coach Simon yells, "Don't throw it to wind!" And they did. I caught it for a touchdown. That's the only touchdown they threw to me. The only touchdown I caught that year, mainly because I wasn't as good as those other guys. Well, this is taking a look at our barbecue chicken, our barbecue ribs. You know, we have some barbecue chicken here on the grill still. I think this needs a little bit longer to cook, so we're gonna leave that on while we go and let our ribs and everything settle down. Want to thank you guys for tuning in. Starting to get a little late out for the Sunday night. Once again, make sure you check out my other videos. We have Time with Meatballs, we have Green Slime, we have the Chili episode, the Queso episode. I think you guys like all those. And you can get your Cooking with Keith shirts from Scott Huskin. And just in case you didn't know, apparently he and I are going to start a motorcycle group, you know, because we both have scooters now, so we'll be cruising around Macomb County. If you see a guy in a black scooter and a red scooter, watch out, because, you know, we're gangster apparently. So, peace out, everybody. Hey, keep it down over there. All right, have a great night, everybody. Take care.